Okay, good morning, Year 10. So we're trying something new and technological again today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to film myself going through the examples that are on your lesson that I've posted today. What I would suggest you do is take a minute to write down the example. So pause the video now to write down the example so you're ready for when I'm going through them. So the first example on your lesson says use algebra to find the roots of these functions. Now when it asks you to find the root of quadratics, that means you have to factorise them. So it'll either be into one bracket depending on the quadratic, or it'll be into the standard kind of two brackets. Now if we look at the first one, when we're finding the roots, the value of y, the y coordinate, is always 0. Therefore, what we have to do is we have to put this quadratic equal to 0 before we can factorise it. So we'll say x squared minus 2x equals 0. Once we've done that, now we can factorise it. Now I can tell that this sort of quadratic is a really simple one that will just go into one bracket, because I can actually only take out a value of x out of both of them. So the x will be factorised out the front, and then I'll see what I'm left with in that bracket. So I've taken the x out and I've got x minus 2 in the bracket. Now what that means is this times this has to equal 0. Therefore, x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 2. And they are your roots of the equation. Now let's have a look at the next one. So this one here is a quadratic that's already been factorised, so the hard work's been done for you. Again, what the first thing we would need to do is put it equal to 0. So x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 7 is equal to 0, because that's how you find the roots of an equation. You put it equal to 0, then you factorise it. Well, it's already factorised, so now we just know that x would have to be minus 1 or x would have to be 7. And they are your two roots of the quadratic. Next one here, we have to do the hard work. We have to do the factorisation. Firstly, we'll put it equal to 0. And I can tell that this one will have to go into two brackets, just like this one up here. Wants to look like that. So what we have to think about is what multiplies to make 15 and adds to make 8. Well, you'll all know that it would have to be x plus 3 and x plus 5. Therefore, this is factorised, and that will tell me that x is equal to minus 3 and x is equal to minus 5. Now this one, hopefully some of you are shouting out, or in your head shouting out, that it is dots, difference of two squares, because we know that 4 is a square number. Again, x squared minus 4 is equal to 0, but do you remember with difference of two squares, we have two brackets because it's a very special one. X goes here, and we have a plus 2 and a minus 2. Because remember, the 2x and the minus 2x would be cancelled out, so there would be nothing there, and the 2 times the minus 2 would give you the minus 4. Therefore, this tells me that x is equal to minus 2 and x is equal to 2. And here are your roots for that one there. Okay.